Hey guys, it's Michael. Today I have substantial information to go over for those of you who have not yet received your stimulus checks. So if you're someone who has not yet received it and you're starting to get frustrated and worried that you may never receive your stimulus check, well then this video is for you. Today I'm going to be talking about people who are non-filers, benefit recipients, and people who have filed their taxes but have just not yet received their stimulus checks. So before we get started, it says that 95% of you watching this video are not subscribed to my channel. So if you'd like to stay up to date on the stimulus checks, on the stock market, on how to make money in general, then please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Anyways, let's jump right into it and let's go over a couple of things before we get into the specific timelines. The first thing is that the IRS has sent out millions of dollars in stimulus money to dead people. Yes, that's right. They've sent it out to dead people. And according to Steven Mnuchin, if you received a stimulus check for one of your dead relatives, well, you're supposed to pay it back. In an interview, he's quoted saying, "You're not supposed to keep the payment. We're checking the databases, but there could be a scenario where we miss something. And yes, the heirs should be returning the money." However, they never specified how you should return the money or any methods for you to give the money back. So while he did say that you should be returning the money, they haven't given any methods back. And I'm not saying that you aren't supposed to pay it back and that you don't have to. I'm just saying that he said you're not supposed to keep it, but they haven't given any methods for how that money will be given back. Moving on is another issue that I wanted to go over which is paper stimulus checks. So the paper stimulus checks have already started to be sent out. If you earn $10,000 a year or less, they started to send these out on April 24th. If you earn $20,000 a year or less, they started to send those out on May 1st. And then earning $30,000 a year or less, they started to send those out starting May 8th, so in a couple of days. However, a lot of people are asking me, well, I fall into one of these income brackets and I'm supposed to get a paper stimulus check, but they have not yet sent mine out. So why is this? Well, if the IRS has not yet processed your information, then there is no way for them to send out the paper stimulus checks. And this is annoying because it says you should be getting it in that date if you fall into that income bracket. However, if the IRS has not yet processed your information, which has happened for millions of people, so if you try and use the tool and it says status not available, it probably means they haven't processed your information yet, which means you won't be receiving a paper stimulus check or a direct deposit until they process your information. Okay, so now let's get into the questions and important information for benefit recipients, non-filers, and filers who have not yet received their stimulus checks. I'm going to be answering a number of your questions, so if you have any questions, be sure to leave it in the comments down below within the first hour of me posting this video, and I'll make sure to answer every single one of your questions as long as you ask it within the first hour. Anyways, let's get right into it, and let's go into the first question of the day, which is from Rachel. And the question is, I filed my taxes already, but didn't get a stimulus check. So a lot of people have filed their taxes and have not yet received their stimulus checks. If you filed it paper in the mail or if you did it online, it doesn't matter. The IRS is still processing all of this information, and that is why it is taking so long. So you might have filed a paper return, and if you go online and you check, it may say status not available right now, and that either means one of two things. It first means that you're not eligible, which is probably not the case if you're checking, as long as you make less than $75,000 a year and you're not filed as a dependent, well then you are eligible. And the other scenario is that they simply haven't processed your information yet. And I know this is getting annoying to hear, but the IRS hasn't given us any more guidance, any more updates. It's simply that they have not yet finished processing your information. So all you can do is go ahead and check the Get My Payment tool once every 24 hours, and that is all they are able to do right now. Moving on is a question from Richard Thomas. And the question is he gets SSD and have it direct deposited. Why would they send him a paper stimulus check when he always gets his benefit payments via direct deposit? So why is this? Well, if the IRS tries to send a stimulus check via direct deposit or direct express debit card or net spend card, and for some reason it doesn't go through, it doesn't work, well then they're going to go ahead and automatically send you a paper stimulus check in the mail. And I know this doesn't make sense. It's like, well, they already have my information because they send me my benefit payments. But technically, it's that government agency that sends those payments to you, and the IRS is separate from them. So the IRS didn't have your bank account information. They had to work with your government agency. So maybe along those lines, something got messed up getting your information from your government agency. But once it says that you're going to be getting it via check in the mail and it's already scheduled to go out, there is nothing you can do. Moving on is a question from Trudy. And the question is Social Security survivor benefits. Where are the checks? Why haven't they gotten their checks yet? So if you're getting Social Security survivor benefits, well, according to the IRS, they started to send out these stimulus stimulus checks the week of May 29th. Last week, they started to send them out. However, I've been seeing thousands of comments down below that you guys have not yet received your stimulus checks. And if you look at the May 1st update on the IRS website, it says that they're continually processing and sending out these stimulus checks to Social Security disability, retirement survivors, as well as railroad retirement benefits. So I know it's annoying, but they're continuing to send these out, and as of right now, that is the most recent update. I'll keep you updated if a more specific date comes out. Next up is a question from Bunch, and the question is I have a lot of loans. Can you still get a stimulus check? Actually, you can still get a stimulus check. The only loans or debts that would prevent you from getting a stimulus check is if you owe money for child support. And in that case, the money from your stimulus check can be used to pay off child support and you will not get your stimulus check. However, if it's just loans or debts, you are still eligible to receive your stimulus check. Next up is a question from Victoria Smith. And the question is what if the IRS sent my stimulus check to the wrong direct deposit account? Will I get my check? Will it still come? So if they send it to the wrong direct deposit account and it went through, well, then you only have one option, and that option is you're going to be getting a letter in the mail within 15 days after you were supposed to have gotten your stimulus check. And in this letter, it's going to say how much you got, where the money went to, and how to report any errors with receiving your stimulus check. So that means that when you get this letter, you're going to have to report that it was an error, that's not your bank account, and it was sent to the wrong bank account. The other option is if they tried to send it to a bank account that was previously yours, and it's no longer active, let's say, so then it didn't go through. Well, then they're automatically going to send you a paper stimulus check in the mail. If they try and send a direct deposit and it doesn't work, then it automatically defaults and sends you a paper check in the mail. Next up is a question from Adrian, and the question is are we getting a $2,000 a month stimulus check? So confusing. And no, as of right now, there is no second stimulus check. What you are talking about is the Emergency Money for the People Act, which is the $2,000 per month stimulus check for each person who is 16 years of age or older and makes less than $130,000 a year, and $4,000 a month for married couples who make less than $260,000 a year. So that is the Emergency Money for the People Act, and that is the $2,000 per month stimulus check. However, as of right now, there is no official second stimulus check. Currently, they're debating 4 different bills, 4 different acts in Congress. They're debating the Automatic Boost to Communities Act, which is the one-time $2,000 stimulus check plus $1,000 per month after that. They're also debating the Emergency Money for the People Act, which currently has the most support, and that is the $2,000 per month stimulus check. The next one they are talking about is the Rent and Mortgage Cancellation Act of 2020, which is where they cancel rent and mortgage payments for up to 1 year. And finally, the last one that is currently being debated is the Patriot Pay Plan, and that is to give essential workers an up to 4x bonus. But there is no official second stimulus check at this time, and they're just all being talked about. So as of right now, no, you will not be receiving a $2,000 per month second stimulus check. Moving on is a question from A. Morrison, and the question is, why is no one addressing the fact that the IRS still hasn't processed some tax returns, thereby making it impossible to determine eligibility for a stimulus check? So this goes back to when you go to the Get My Payment tool and you try and log in and it says status not available. So this means that they either have not yet processed your information or that you are not eligible. However, if they've not processed your information, it could be a number of reasons. It could be you're a non-filer and you use the non-filers tool, but they simply haven't processed your information from the non-filers tool and uploaded it into their system. And the other option could be that you receive benefits and the IRS hasn't yet communicated with your government agency and processed your information from that government agency. And the last option is that you filed your taxes, whether paper or electronically, and whatever it is, if they haven't processed your tax returns yet either. So it doesn't matter what group you fall into, everyone can still be receiving this status not available message. And it's annoying because the IRS supposedly hired more people to help process information, but obviously they're not doing a good job and it's taken forever still. So once I get more information on this and there's any new updates, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Next up is a question from Terry Lee, and the question is, did everyone get their money on SSI stimulus checks? And the answer to this is no. According to the IRS and their May 1st press release, it says that they will begin to send out stimulus checks to these groups of people starting mid-May. So anyways, those are the main questions I've been getting in the comments down below. If you have any questions that you'd like answered, be sure to leave it in the comments down below within the first hour of me posting this video, and I'll be sure to answer every single one. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to check out out our links down below and join our Power of Finance Investors group, as well as our Discord group community chat. In the group, we talk about stimulus checks, stocks, investing, and if you'd like a question answered even faster, go ahead, join that group and ask it in the group. On top of this, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you sign up for the Webull investing app. All you have to do is download the app, deposit $100. It only takes about 5 minutes, and once you do that, you'll get 2 free stocks. Also get 1 free stock on Robinhood. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.